Happy Self Love Sunday. I am Tarnisha Mo Sass, your host of Self Love Sundays with Sass. I am your certified vision and strategist coach who comes every single Sunday so we can talk about all the ways in which you can better your best. And guys, I am just getting back home literally last night from laying my cousin to rest. And it has been a journey. And so I don't know about you, but have you ever like stopped to think about things that you're holding on to, the stress, the grudges, the material things we work so hard for? What happens to them when you're gone? Like my cousin's passing taught me some hard, powerful lessons about life. And today I want to share through just three of them with you because um, these lessons really have changed the way I'm going to see life forever. And, you know, what I value. And I really hope they inspire you to live with more freedom, peace, and purpose. My cousin was 36 years old, y'all, 36 years old. And what I realize is a lot of the things that we stress over today might just be tomorrow's trash, y'all. And so I want to talk about how to focus and ways to focus on what truly matters and what I mean by that. Grief has a way of making you stop and reflect. And so when my cousin passed, I couldn't help but to notice how life just like kept going. And it was crazy because I saw when someone say this on social media. It's such a duality, right? There's people who are experiencing grief like me, who who've lost loved ones. There's wildfires burning in California. There's snowstorms happening. It's just like the world just didn't stop, and it doesn't stop. So the things that we thought mattered, like the cars, the clothes, and even some of the memories tied to certain things, just became items in trash bags or donation bins. And it hit me hard. Like we spend so much of our lives tied to things that in the end really mean nothing, y'all. And this is not some dark and deep, um, uh, you know, video today. It really isn't. It's really to empower you because I'm just remember just, standing there, packing up her belongings and thinking like, yo, like, because, as we're packing up things, we're trying to find her passwords, we're trying to find this and we're looking for that. And it's like, yo, we spend so much time stressing over things that in the end would just get thrown away. It's not a easy realization, but it's a freeing one. So what am I talking about? Like, having the right furniture or the outfit, the shoes, the clothes, the this, the that. We was packing up some of that stuff, and her mom has her own place. Her and her husband, unfortunately, they were separated but working on things. So he had his own place. She had her own place. In North Carolina. Her sister lives in New Jersey. So my mom said something to me because I was really overwhelmed and like just freaked out by her passing one day, and the next day, because she was renting her townhouse, us figuring out you know where to throw things and put things. And she has two daughters. One is 3 and one is 12. And my mind is racing because I'm like, I can't imagine the storm, the thunderstorm that's going through their mind. Of now we're going through their room and we're, putting things here and this got to go there and this got to go to your grandma's house. It was like overwhelming. My mother said to me, she said, they call me Mo. So she said, Mo, but where, like, where can we put all her things? Because I was so upset by it all. And I had to think about that. And I'm like, yeah, she's right. They have to do something with her stuff. They just can't leave it there. And I was like, yo, I just wanted to come back and tell y'all, like, if you ever find yourself consumed or stressed by chasing things, that if it doesn't bring you joy, now if it brings you joy, that's different, right? But if it really doesn't bring you joy, this message is for you. Like, real talk, it doesn't matter. Because if you're chasing things for other people, if you're going to get the name brand for the other people so they can see you or so to like you, listen, it honestly, like, it was like if her daughter didn't want to keep it, my aunt didn't have room for it, or her husband didn't want it, we were literally loading up the car with putting the things, because the way the donation center would accept things, putting them in trash bags, taking them to the donation center. Like, it didn't matter. And I was like, yo, I think about my cousin, being stressed over being able to provide certain things and never really realizing like she provided all the best things. She had everything. And Yeah, it was just a really tough realization. I think one of the hardest lessons I've learned is that we stress about the perfect house, the newest car, the latest gadgets, and it's like those are the same things that one day will just be tossed out without a second thought. It's really real. And so I want you to ask yourself when you're stressing about things and you're thinking about, watching somebody and thinking about things that you want to have, ask yourself, will this matter 5, 10 or 10 years from now? If it won't, let it go. Don't let it steal your joy and your peace. And I'm talking about not just material items, the issues with people, getting upset, find yourself being worked up. Like if it's not going to matter 5 or 10 years from now, don't let it work you up today. And I know it's easier said than done. I've been working on myself for a long time. So I'm also, being a coach, it's kind of what I do. But this is what I would have been trying to instill in people. You guys are experiencing mental health and anger and trauma based on something one person did. And you can find yourself, one day going to sleep like my cousin and not waking up at 36 years old or whatever age you are. And all the things she obsessed and was upset or stressed about, it didn't matter. So instead of obsessing over perfection or keeping up appearances or focusing on relationships, but I'm sorry, and keeping up appearances, how about focus on relationship and memories and build the experience that truly bring you joy, y'all? Like real talk, the things that you're holding on today could literally be somebody's clutter tomorrow. So all that stuff that's like in your brain and like do a brain dump. And what is a brain dump? That's when you journal all that stuff out your head, all that stuff out your body. Get it out, because holding on to it is really, to me, it's like the big wake up call is it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You spend a moment too long being mad about something or upset about something, you may not get a chance in the morning to say I love you, or you may not get a chance in the morning to say, you know what, babe, I didn't really mean it, or tell your kids, hey, listen, I love you, and mommy or dad was upset with you last night and we put you to bed, but you may not get a chance to do that. So I now it's really sunking in about don't go to bed angry. And the second thing like that really struck me is like, yo, life just don't stop. The bills keep coming, the world keeps spinning, and the people around us keep moving forward. So like, why waste time on the little things? Like everybody kept moving, except for the people who are grieving or, that are experiencing what they're experiencing, right? Like think about the last time you lost sleep over something, an argument, a mistake, a missed opportunity. How much does that really matter now? Like probably not as much as you felt in the moment. And so this is why I want to make this video. It's not about being sad, because honestly, I'm not like in this super sad space. As a matter of fact, I'm super proud of my cousin. Um, she left here too young, but she made sure things were set up right for her children, between her policies and everything. She made sure everything was in order, not knowing that she was going to leave this earth early. So, it gave me some peace in that she thought about her children, and she was one that loved her family. And so that's another thing. When you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, like, does this really matter right now? Like life, like I know it's like, I want to get this out. It's just like life is just keeps moving, whether you stress or not. So how can we refocus that energy? How can we start to build relationships back with our family? We said it. It's so interesting. Like I was just talking to another aunt on my mom's side. This happened on my dad's side of the family, which they haven't experienced as much loss as we have. On my mother's side, we've lost a lot. My mother had 12 brothers and sisters, so we lost a lot of family members. And we were talking about how now, because we're older, we're only getting together like during funerals, right? Because once the matriarch leave, the family reunions and all that stuff, that's like, people don't do that. People are so busy focused on, this trauma, this stress, this whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna tell you right now, you go to therapy, do whatever you need to do, but mend those relationships, and spend time with your family. Get to know them as who they are now. Sometimes we experience things with people when we're younger and they're not the same. And I'm going to be clear. Let me give a disclaimer right here, right now. Let me just give a quick disclaimer. I am not talking about anybody who mentally or physically harmed you in any sort of way. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the arguments that linger for years. Okay. I'm talking about those kind of things. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Um, it just really, it's not, and I just want to, it just, if you're spending more time accumulating things than creating memories, what do you really want to be remembered for? The things you had or the life you lived? I'm just going to ask you that again. What do you want to be remembered for? The things you had or the life you lived? And the life you live with people. The one thing too, my cousin's funeral was filled. Oh my God, I think it had to be like over 300 people traveled from New Jersey to North Carolina, like just showed up. It was a testament to the love that she gave, and she literally will give her shirt off her back. She was just that girl. I don't have to, and that's the beautiful part about my cousin. She's like my twin. Is that I don't have to. It's not like one of those funerals you have to stand up and make up things. Absolutely not. The people who came up and spoke, they all spoke about the fact of how much she loved and cared for everyone else. And so here's the thing, I could see that she forgot about herself. So it's wonderful. It's beautiful that people came and spoke about how she gave everything. And I'm here to tell you that I want you to start giving to you too. Love on yourself. Love on yourself. Love on yourself. And I want you to think about what you're leaving behind. If God forbid anything happened to you, is it a pile of things or is it a story of impact, love, and meaning? Is it a story of impact, love, and meaning? I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy nice things because I'm going to enjoy nice things, but don't let that stuff define you. Your worth isn't in the stuff. It's how you live and how you love and how you show up and how you build in your legacy and your purpose. Your legacy isn't what you leave behind in things. It's how you make people feel when they encounter you. It's showing up. Even though today, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this was tough for me to show up, but I'm gonna show up because I want you to learn from me. Because if God forbid I ever leave here, I want my legacy to be that I came and I gave you everything that I had, and that I want you to turn this pain into power, because that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Now my legacy gets even bigger. Every time someone from my family leaves this earth, guess what I do? I put them on my back and I make it even bigger. I talk even louder. And the last thing I'm gonna leave you with is my cousin. She turned up, but the one thing I learned in read, like, because we were looking through her she had a million planners, and we were looking through them. The one thing I learned, she had scripture everywhere. She loved the Lord. So the other thing that gave me peace is she understood the foundation of things. And so I don't want to leave you today without you understanding the foundation of things. Because yes, it is true that one day we are all going to leave. And my thing is, where are you going? And where's your home? Right? I mean, I'm never here to tell anybody who their God should be. I'm just here to tell you that build the foundation now, so no one has to worry. I'm not worried, right? Because for us and what we believe in, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. I know she's present with the Lord. That gives me peace. That gave us peace. So I'm also here to tell you about that foundation. Um, be sure to build it today. Don't wait. Build your personal relationship. Build your personal relationship. Build experiences. Let go of the things that really don't matter. If the people ain't gonna matter 5 years from now, let it go. I can hear people in my mind talking about, oh, this person did this to me, this person did that to me. I promise you, it won't matter. It doesn't matter. And I know it's easier said than done, but this is why I'm making it. The first practical step that you can do is to then, if you cannot let something go and it's going on and on and on, it's time for you to get into therapy, whether it's grief therapy, whatever that is. It's time for you. There's so many, and please don't let money be a thing, because there's so many therapists. There's some that go on sliding scales. You just have to do your research, and that's the other thing. The enemy will pray that you won't take the time out to take care of you. Take the time out to take care of you. Take the time out to love on you. Take the time out to care for your mind. Take the time out to mend things. I'm telling you, y'all, take the time out to mend, because as I move forward from my cousin's passing, I'm holding on to these lessons, man. Let go of things that don't matter. Focus on what truly brings you peace, and live in a way that leaves a legacy of love and impact, because that's what she did. And I hope these lessons help you reflect on your own life and make space for really what matters in 2025. I promise you, even my house is sheetrock and wood. It don't matter. If you have a life and you have breath and you can build experiences, if you love somebody, tell them you love them. Stop, like, listen, this is just for my single people too. Cut all this BS out. I promise you, in the end, it won't matter. The stuff that y'all fighting about, it won't matter. I promise you that. I promise you will have lots of regret if you do not step away from some of this foolishness that's happening in social media that's pulling everybody apart. My cousin wrote something and she said that and I'm going to paraphrase it. She said the enemy will have us believe that we're supposed to be in isolation, but we're better together. She understood the very things that I'm telling you today, which is that we are better together. Don't allow, space and all these think pieces and these people who are just hurt, help and pushing you to hurt more, leave you in a space where now you're in isolation. You're not talking to anybody and you're mad and you're like, let it go. It doesn't matter. The things that you're holding on to. And here's another thing I want to tell you. You are enough. Just as you are right now today. If you build upon it, so be it. But you are enough as you are today. If you're overthinking and overdoing, that means that you saying that it's not good enough. I want you to know that you are good enough, just as you are right now. If nobody else is going to tell you, let me be the one to tell you. In this message, you need to know today that you are good enough. And I need you to start to believe about you what God believes about you, and that you are fearfully, wonderfully made. You are a beautiful person. Yes, I understand that life is going to life. And within that, you can have peace and you can have joy. You don't have to lean into the chaos. That choice is up to you. And I'm telling you, it won't matter. It really won't matter. And all the coulda, woulda, shouldas, it won't matter. Let it go. Love now. Be peaceful now and have joy now. And so I really want you to think about something that you can let go of this year that you've just been holding on to, that if you were to leave this earth would not matter. It really wouldn't. Like it won't matter how straight your closet is. It won't matter how many shoes you have. It won't matter how many diamonds you have. It's good to have them. My diamonds are a girl best friend and I have a few too. But it won't matter. What experiences are you leaving? How are you leaving people? Are you leaving them better than you found them? How are you leaving yourself? Are you talking to yourself in the right way? So I want you to let me know in the comments, because I love to hear from you and support you on your journey. Yeah, I know you hear a lot of people say it. I tend to mean what I say and say what I mean. So I hope that you coming to, as you're watching my videos, you're coming to know me and coming to know that about me. And if this video resonated with you, or you know someone that just needs to hear that they are enough and that they need a peace that surpasses understanding, please share this with them. And I hope that you subscribe to my channel. And let's make 2025 really about living intentionally. And I hope you're ready to dive more into your purpose, because, I'm going to start talking more about that as we go into 2025, more into it. This new year just started, and it really started off with a bang for me and my family. And that just means I need to turn up louder. That just means I need to talk about the Lord louder. It just means that I need to come and speak to you louder. It just means that, I need to pour into people more. And as I pour into myself and start to make more and more experiences. And it really goes to what I've been talking about and what my new book is about. And no, I'm not promoting my book, but this is why I wrote Design to Win, because I really want to help women design a life that they love, so you can start loving the life that you live, so you don't have to leave this earth worried about anything. It's time today. Make it it's a choice. I need you to decide today. And I love you for listening, and I will talk to you next week. Bye now.